Polished stone is an elegant background technique that looks like rich marble or expensive tile. You'll be surprised how easy it is to create this look with the proper tools. As with most of the techniques you'll see on Stamp TV, there may be more than one way to do it and other tools that will work just as well. But today I'm going to show you my favorites. Here are the tools I like to use when doing polished stone. First, I use regular household rubbing alcohol. You're also going to need some glossy cardstock. You're going to need some dye re-inkers. You can use alcohol re-inkers too, but I'm using Memento, Rich Cocoa, and Desert Sand. You're also going to need, here I'm using an Adirondack alcohol ink mixative in gold. Now you can use the pigment inks, re-inkers that are gold and silver and copper. The problem though with those is they don't really seem to dry very well without spraying them with some sort of fixative. So if you want to avoid needing any type of fixative, just use the Adirondack alcohol ink in either the gold, the silver, or the copper. It's just beautiful. You're also going to need some sort of applicator. Now some people like to use cotton balls, and that works just great. But I like to use the alcohol ink applicator by Tim Holtz. It's the Ranger product. And I also like to use the felt applicators, and you can buy the felt applicators separately. There are sponge applicators too that are made for this tool, but you want to use the felt ones when doing polished stone. I also like to use a tweezer to pull the felts off when I'm done. And then I want something to protect my workstation, so I'm using my score mat that's sitting inside my score pal. And then I am going to pop a little piece of scratch paper underneath just so that I can work without getting it all over the place. So to begin, I'm going to pop one of these little felt applicators right on the applicator tool. And then I like to work lightest color first. So I'm going to add a little bit of alcohol to my felt and just kind of rub it in. And then using the Desert Sand first, I'm going to put a couple drops of ink onto the applicator. Now, just using a pounding motion, I'm just going to pound that ink color all over my glossy cardstock. And you can see it beads up a little bit, and that's what you want it to do because that's what makes it look like the little veins that you see in real tile and real stones. So that's my lighter color. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of the Rich Cocoa and do the same thing. Now, I continue to work this so that it really blends well, and you can try it lots of different ways. You may like it less blended, you may like it more blended. Try it all different ways. Remember, there's really no right or wrong way to do these types of techniques. It's what you like the best. Okay, and as you can see, the alcohol spiders that out. You get all those little veins. Now I'm going to add just a little bit more alcohol. Just kind of rub that in there. And I'm going to add some of the gold fixative. What's really interesting is you can see a lot of the base color that's in these dyes as they start to blend. You might be surprised, you'll be working with a brown and all of a sudden you'll see subtle shades of purple or mauve. It's really pretty. And now I'm adding the gold on top, and the gold is what I think really makes it look like stone, either the gold or the silver. Something about that metallic ink just veining off throughout the tile is just beautiful. I'm going to add a little bit more. Pound that in there. Okay. And now you can see I've got my piece of finished polished stone paper. I'm going to turn it a little bit here, see if you can pick up any of the veins that are in there. Let's switch to a close-up. Now as I turn this, you probably can see how some of the gold spiders throughout the piece of glossy cardstock over all of that stone. Isn't that pretty? Polished stone makes a great backdrop for any of your elegant stamps, and it works well for both masculine and feminine cards.